Thank you so much for staying with us and welcome back. As you can see, I am joined by the two lovely gentlemen. Gentlemen, welcome to Young and Vibrant.
Thank you so much.
All right, yeah, so on my right, I am joined by Mr. Benjamin Joseph Njovu, and on my left, I'm joined by Mr. Mishek Singowa. Okay, so to set the ball rolling, to talk about this power and authority, the gentlemen are going to help us understand what this really is. I think I will start with you, Mr. Benjamin. Can you kindly explain to us in your own words what power and authority is?
Well, in power and authority, the difference is very minimal.
Right.
However, they work hand in hand. To give a definition, authority is basically responsibility or the right ordained or given to you, while power is something that you attain by working hard or by reading or learning.
Wow.
So it's basically, power is information.
Wow.
And authority is basically a right
Wow.
or responsibility given to do something.
Awesome stuff. So with that said, I hope you've gotten one or two things on what power and authority is. That brings us actually to our next point of discussion. I think this one is going to go to you, Mr. Mishek Singowa.
Thank you.
Okay. Are there any limitations that come with power and authority? And if there are any limitations, would you be so kind as to explain to us?
Okay, you see, like my colleague has already said, indeed, you cannot be given authority that is limitless. Like,
Sure.
you can exercise it to any extent or to any limit that you feel like. No, because authority in the first place comes with responsibility.
Exactly.
And responsibility demands for accountability.
True.
It demands for the one exercising it to have the ability to be able to answer to the people on whatever decisions they make. So I would say authority has limitations indeed.
Authority has limitations, so power also has limitations.
Yeah, indeed, power also has, because like he has said, power is the ability to undertake something or the ability to execute something. So you cannot execute anything. For example, you can't just do anything to any extent. So there must be a limit to anything. In fact, just like the common saying says, too much of everything is bad. Indeed, this cutters across everything.
Okay.
So I would say both power and authority has, limitations. Indeed.
Wow, okay, so there you have it. Power really does have limitations. So whatever you do with your power and your authority, please be sure to stay within your limits. Do not exceed your limits of this. Okay, so we're going to go on a short commercial break, as we'll be coming back, as we're going to be concluding with this topic, and catch us on the flip side.
It's time to change everything. It's time to see what you have never seen before. This phone goes beyond the ordinary. This is the Techno. Come on 15. Enjoy ultra clear and night shot on the 64 megapixels AI quad camera plus the 2 megapixels pop-up front camera with high definition resolution.
For still staying with us. You're still watching The Young and Vibrant right here on TMB Online TV station with me, your host, Manuel Likombe, and with my two guests here, we are still discussing what power and authority really is. Okay, so we've learned a lot. We've learned what power is. We've also gotten to discuss the limitations that come with power and authority. Right now, we want to know exactly how this power and authority should be used. Okay, so somebody has to tell us what power, how power should be used. So, Mr. Mishek, can you please tell us if power comes with any, how should it be used? Will it be arbitrary or reserved?
No. Both power and authority. In fact, let's pick the word authority.
Okay.
You see, authority should be exercised within its own limits. delegations or boundaries. And to say that, I should also say categorical that authority is not arbitrary. Because if we say arbitrary, it means you can exercise it to any extent, no matter the feelings of the people, no matter who is who, you just exercise it. In fact, you can exercise it even to hurt others. But always and always, whenever you are in a position where you are supposed to execute a certain duty, you must see to it that you put the best interest of others first before your own. I know when we know we cannot talk about power, authority, minus bringing leadership, but I know my colleague here is an expert in leadership. I'm sure you will link it better for me. But I should say that for authority and power to be relevant in the life of a youth, we must know that this authority that is given to us must be used to the best interest of others. So meaning if you are put in a position at any particular time of your life, know it that it is not for your own good, but it is for the best of others. And therefore, power and authority must not be arbitrary.
Well, yeah, we have it. Can we have from you, Mr. Benjamin?
Right, interesting. So I think when you look at power and authority, we're basically looking at leadership at the end of the day, because there's no leadership where there's no authority and where there's no power. However, one thing that we need to note is when it comes to authority and power and then bringing across leadership, we said earlier that leadership is something that is vested on you, and power you learn, you read, because they say power, knowledge is power, so you learn and read. Now, as young people, what we basically need to understand is when you're given the authority, you can't actually lead the people without the knowledge. Meaning you can't lead the people without the power.
True. Because
you can't give authority to somebody who has more understanding than you have.
Wow.
You get my point. They will object to whatever is said. Like if you talk about limitations to authority and power, you give me an instruction to something that you don't understand and I know it better, I'll tell you I will not do it, and you're thinking I'm being rebellious. But the truth of the matter is that you're not empowered to exercise your authority, meaning you don't have the knowledge to exercise the power that the authority has been given. So when you talk about leadership, you need to understand that for you to exercise the authority, you need the power. And what is the power? The power is the knowledge that you attain for you to execute your leadership role very well. The other point that we need to take note is that authority is a position, I should put it that way, and the leadership is a character in play. People learn in leadership by observing, and we give orders by allowing people to observe what they're doing. But authority demands that you give orders, whether you like it or not. And the fact that you're giving orders in a way that people don't want, sometimes they can resist your orders. But when you have the knowledge and you play a role using the power that you have, you'll be able to lead people without giving orders, and they'll still fall and get influenced by your authority and by your power because of the knowledge that you have. People will be attracted to the knowledge that you have.
Okay, with that said, we tend to find like there's some leaders who've come to see they are put in those leadership positions to help people, or maybe to help serve the community, but all they want to do is command things, make sure that things are done their way and whatnot. Can that be called a good style of leadership or not?
No. I think for me, the best style of leadership is basically leading by an example.
Leading by an example. Okay.
Exactly. That's the best.
So you see, for you to be able to lead by example, the first thing that you should know is your leadership hurting the feelings of others?
Yes.
Wow.
So if people are getting positively inspired and influenced by your deeds, words and everything, you see, it becomes easy for people to follow what you do than what you say. In fact, people are more attracted to what we do than what we say. So if you portray, like here I said, to say leadership, it's a character. So if you put up a character that is so attractive to the people, some of the things you may not even struggle to command them to say, don't do this, because they know that this person that we have really knows it all and knows it better to be done. So whatever he tells us, because by default, he's a good person.
Wow. Okay, so there we have it, power and authority. So you need to, power and authority comes with limitations and it also comes with responsibilities. Well, viewers, thank you so much for joining me and thank you so much for having stayed with me. I hope you have learned one or two things from our topic of discussion today, which was power and authority. Well, from me and my guests, on behalf of the entire production crew, it's bye-bye, till next time.